Dumelang le ditsala tsa ka tse ke di ratang ka pelo ka kaofela. I hope you guys are still doing well and you are safe wherever you are. For those who don't know me, my name is Rozie Mwanana Mosotho, all the way from Free State. I just want to welcome you to Chatz with Rozie. You already know by now that I have conversations that I'm hoping that will encourage you, but also relating to my personal experience. I just want to share how I was reminded that there is no one on this earth that is useless. I do not care what has happened to you. I do not care what you have done. I do not care how you were embarrassed in front of everyone. I do not care how people wrote you off. I do not care on how people gossiped about you and amounted you to zero. I do not care how you felt or how you wrote yourself off and amounted yourself to nothing. Today I was having a conversation with an acquaintance who I met through a mutual friend, and this person just recently got married, and I was congratulating this person, and I was expressing how much I'm so happy for them, and I'm hoping that God bless their union. And to my surprise, this person asked me if there's any advice that I can give her. And I remember I froze a little bit. And you might ask yourself, why did I freeze? I froze because once you are a divorcee, you are affected by the stigma that goes with that. A lot of people who are already in marriage somehow distance themselves from you. And some people who are entering into marriage don't see you as beneficial, probably being scared that maybe you're not going to be present for them based on how you feel at that time, or how you lost your marriage. And others are simply feeling like they are following the advice that our grannies, our mothers gave us. You cannot be a friend of a thief and expect yourself to be any different. So probably being scared that they will be influenced negatively by you. As much as it hurts, I have learned to understand people's decision and take them for what they are and not take anything personal. So because I had already amounted myself to nothing and felt like I can never be useful to a person who is getting married, it came as a shock when this acquaintance asked me for an advice. And I remember I shared 7 things, though I do not remember all of them, but I'm just going to share a few with them and hoping that you're going to find them beneficial. I remember the first one I said to her, she must not change who she is. If she does change, it should be an improved version of herself. I told this friend of mine that the reason why I'm saying this is because that person fell in love with the person that she is and chose to marry that person. So a lot of people, when they get into marriage, they tend to change and become strangers and become people that you don't know. And somehow it has a negative effect when it comes to your marriage. I even said to her, when it comes to God, I'm asking and I'm begging her to make God the center of her marriage, because God is the Almighty and knows everything. The reason why I was saying that, I said, as people, we get into the habit of having the spirit of independence and wanting to make decisions, and then only when we fail now we want to consult with God. And I said to her, from now on, let you start consulting God first before you make any decision. Number 3, I said to her, financial transparency. I work in the legal field and I see my colleagues who are working with divorces, and to be honest, it is very scary, and the most common cause of the divorces are because of financial implications. I said to her, no matter how embarrassing it is, always be open with your partner regarding your finances, because what I've realized is we are only open with finances if we have a good financial standing. And once things go south, we are embarrassed to tell our partners that flopile or something went wrong. But they shouldn't make that their problem in their marriage. And I said, "Niga yegu ukjola." Like, never stop dating. I think a lot of couples make this mistake that they now all of a sudden become so serious. They don't have fun anymore. They don't go out anymore. I remember what I used to like in my marriage is that we used to do our dinner dates, and this allowed room for us to have conversation or talk about topics that would normally trigger us when we are in our own comfort space. But when you are in an environment in the public, it is very difficult for you to raise your voice even when you are triggered by something. You are always conscious of the environment that you are in, and you are able to resolve without even, or find a solution without even having a conflict. I don't even remember, I've lost count, but I remember the other point I said to her: please avoid comparing your journey with other people's journey. Yes, we are bombarded by the social media. Other people are posting their marriage and they look happy, and it is admirable, but we do not know what happens behind closed doors. So it is really unfair for us to measure our own marriages with other people's marriages because we don't know them on a personal level. Even if you know them on a personal level, we are not the same people. So what you need to do is you must establish your own rules, your own ways on how to make your marriage successful, and also on how to keep the love and the happiness and the peace burning in your own marriage. And she was very grateful for that. And I remember I shared a lot of things that I would not mention here, that actually I felt contributed to where I'm at this point. And the other thing that is important, I said, never stop showing affection to your partner. I said to her that if it means that when you every time you go out of the house, you give your partner, even if it's a pet case, even after a very hectic disagreement. This is a way for you to assure them that you still love them, even though you are upset with them at that moment. And also, the obvious one is never let time to linger, you guys being in a state whereby you are not talking. A silence treatment is a killer of a lot of marriages. It is responsible why some marriages did not succeed. So pride, it needs to go once you get married. You need to be humble, you need to be kind, you need to be loving, and you do not seek your own needs. You also need to be considerate of other people as well. So yeah, I just felt like I wanted to do this quick video to share with you, Jorge. You know what, even though I thought I can never be useful to a person that is getting married, someone out there decided that when I Rose, you are the person that I feel is right for you to give me advice when it comes to my new journey that I'm about to embark. I'm hoping that you did find this video very beneficial and you did enjoy it. And if you did enjoy it, please do not forget to like, to share, and subscribe. I love you, and until next time, mwah.